This child represents your carnal life. That is your natural life. That's what it represents. So, what happens to these two boys? First of all, that boy became a hunter. A hunter is shall we say, a self-made man. He doesn't need anybody to help him. He doesn't need, Wally World to go get his whatever he needs to eat. He goes out there and he's got his bow and arrow, and he can go and take whatever animal he wants, and he can dress it and he can cook it, and he's fine. Nobody needs to worry about this boy. He can look after himself. He's real good at that. You see, he was designed for the earth. You understand? He was designed for this earth. So he's self-sufficient. This other boy, Jacob, I think he learned cooking from his mother. He just kind of stayed around the house. I think he was interested in how his mother mopped the floor and how, she did the cooking and all this kind of stuff. And so the father kind of had a liking for that first boy. And the father really loved Esau. He was a man's man. If you want a real man, he's your man. Jacob, he kind of hung around mother and hung around the house and so on. But that's okay, don't worry. Well, anyway, this is how the thing was. There's this other part of you. That day when there came a revelation into your heart and you discovered that you were not just a mortal human being, but inside you there was a spirit, because that's how you were created. That's how you were created. You were created spirit. And at that time, you began to understand that you were born from above. That actually you are not a creature of this world. You belong to another nation. You understand this? You belong to another nation. Because you were born or created out of another world. That is the world in which God lives. That is the spirit world. That's where you came from. That's this other boy. The first one belongs to the earth. But the second one belongs to the spirit world. I want to tell you, in you today, there is a spirit. And that spirit is Christ. And that spirit is what you are. It's not some little extra you've got. That is who you are. You understand? Listen, the Bible says in Genesis chapter 1 verse 26, and God said, let us make man. And there's the man. What was that man? What did he look like? Did he look like me? No, he didn't look like me now. Because he didn't have a body. He was pure spirit. Why? Because God, his Father, is spirit. But wait a minute. God is your Father. In fact, the Apostle Paul said in the book of Acts chapter 17 verse 26, he says, God hath made of one all the nations on the earth to dwell. God hath made of one. Out of one came all the nations of the earth. There's only one Father in this universe. That means everybody living on this planet is a family. Every one of you men are my brother. Every one of you girls here tonight, you are my sister. You understand? And everybody you meet down in the shopping area, every person you cross and meet on the path, down the road, is your brother or your sister. Come on, this is reality. You see? There's only one Father on this earth, and that's God. And God is spirit. Therefore, anybody that has come out of God must be what he is, that is spirit. This is reality. This is the real thing. This is who you are. You are not that body that you look at when you look in the mirror. You are spirit living in a body. That's what you are. But the body is not you. The body is not you. You are spirit. The body is the house that you live in. Therefore, we begin to understand now that that first man, you see, that first man, he's got the birthright. He's got the inheritance. Second born, I'm sorry, you missed out. See, if you'd been born first, you'd have been okay, but you didn't. It's the second born. It's the second born that becomes the vessel in the hand of God. But there has to be a process that brings that about. Because these are two separate nations. Two kinds of people, he said, would be born in you. And both of these have been born in you if you know Christ tonight. Both of you. Both have been born. So Esau is the hunter. He is a self-made man. And his father really takes a shine to him. But poor old Jacob, you know, like I say, he helped his mother do the dishes. I think he helped with the washing. You know, maybe hung it up on the line for her, whatever it was. He was just hung around the house. And so the father didn't think too much about him at all. But see, something is going on in the background that you don't know about. You see, that second-born boy, he's got his eye on something. He is not interested in the earth. He's not interested, you know, just in being a mortal human being, like many of us were. Just mortal human beings. Well, he wasn't going to settle for that. He said, no, 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 I want to have the birthright. So he waits his time. One day, Esau is coming back. He's been out hunting for maybe several days. He's caught nothing. So he is hungry. I mean, really hungry. And so what does he do? Well, he's coming back home for something to eat. He's coming back home. And Jacob is doing his homely thing. See, he learned to cook. So he's cooking some bean soup. So he throws another couple of sticks on the fire under there, and he gets this thing really boiling, you know, because he knows his brother's on the way back. He can see him way back across the fields there. As he gets closer, Jacob is stoking this thing up, and he's stirring this bean soup, and he's kind of just, you know, with his tea towel, he's just sending the aroma out across the field. And his brother catches it when he gets a little bit closer. And he said, oh man, give me some of that soup, will you, that bean soup. I am just so hungry. I'm like to die if I don't get something to eat. And Jacob said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you all the bean soup you want if you will just give me the birthright. Well, Jacob said, you want the birthright? You can't eat a birthright. I want to tell you, I need food. You can have the birthright. What's it to me for? It's no good anyway. I mean, I need food. That's what I need.